Hello students, in the last class we completed the isothermal process in which we completed the calculation of change in internal energy, change in enthalpy, heat exchange and also work done. Okay. Now in this today's lecture we are going to discuss the fourth process, that is called adiabatic process. What is the adiabatic process? It is a process in which there will be no heat exchange between system and surrounding. There will be no heat exchanging between system and surrounding. That means Q0 or delta Q or dQ will be 0. Okay. Here pressure, volume, temperature, all these three state variables are variable. Are you getting my point? The basic difference between isothermal and adiabatic process: in isothermal process temperature is constant, only pressure and volume changes. But whereas in adiabatic process all these parameters, that is pressure, volume, temperature are variable. Are you getting my point? Now we are considering the system is a ideal gas, so we have a right to use the PV is equal to nRT equation, and the system is closed. When the system is closed, the number of moles are constant. And one more important thing, the boundary is adiabatic wall or a insulating wall. That means no heat exchanges between system and surrounding. Let's suppose this is a system in which ideal gas is filled. So the ideal gas initial pressure, initial volume, initial temperature, P1, V1, T1, and it is completely what? Insulated. It is completely what? Thermally insulating wall is there here. Okay. Now it is changes to a state 2 where the pressure, volume, temperature are P2, V2 and T2. P2, V2, T2. So this is the adiabatic wall. That means no heat exchanges between system and surrounding. Okay. Now we can use this equation, that is equal to P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. This is nothing but equation of state, that is from ideal gas equation. Okay. And one more important relations we have to know: the CV value capital R by gamma minus 1 and the CP value gamma capital R by gamma minus 1 and the gamma value, that is the CP by CV. And one more important thing, the CP is always greater than CV here. That's why gamma should be always greater than 1. The Poisson ratio, that is the molar heat capacity at constant pressure to that of a constant volume, is a Poisson ratio which is greater than 1. Are you getting my point? Now here, how to find the change in internal energy? That will be equal to NCV delta T. So here CV nothing but capital R by gamma minus 1 and change in temperature will be T2 minus T1. T2 will be the final temperature and T1 will be the initial temperature. Okay. Now how to find the del H? That will be equal to NCP del T. So where the CP will be equal to capital R into gamma by gamma minus 1 and T2 minus T1. And one more relation we know, del H del U. Del H will be equal to capital gamma. Del H is equal to gamma times of del U. Del H is equal to gamma times of del U. And one more important thing, what is the Q value? No heat exchange between system and surrounding. That is the definition of adiabatic process. What is the definition of adiabatic process? It is a process in which throughout the process there will be no exchange of heat between system and surrounding. Okay. Now we know from first law of thermodynamics, that is the delta U is equal to Q plus W, where the Q value will be 0. That means here delta U will be equal to W. That means the work done by the system is only due to its internal energy. Is only due to its internal energy. Are you getting my point? Now W, that is the work done, will be equal to del U, that will be equal to NCV delta T. That is nothing but NR into T2 minus T1 by gamma minus 1. Okay. Now one more important thing, in expansion or compression, the final temperature in adiabatic irreversible process, the final temperature in adiabatic irreversible process is always greater than the final temperature in the adiabatic reversible process. Okay. We will explain with the numerical also. Okay. Now this formula is valid for both reversible as well as irreversible adiabatic process. This formula is valid for both reversible as well as irreversible adiabatic process only. Okay. But the thing is, the final temperature T2 will be different in both reversible as well as irreversible process. Are you getting my point? Whereas in isothermal process, initial temperature, final temperature is same. Not only initial, final, at each and every point of the process the temperature will be same. Okay. But here in adiabatic reversible as well as irreversible process, the temperature will be different. Are you getting my point? Okay, because the temperature T2 minus T1, that means the work done is different. That means the temperature difference is also different. That means the final temperature will be differ in adiabatic reversible and also in adiabatic irreversible process. Okay. Now, how to calculate the work done in adiabatic process? In adiabatic process. Now here, in adiabatic process, to calculate the work done, we have to know the final temperature. Whether the final temperature is given in the question or not. Let's suppose case 1. If the final temperature is given, then we can use directly W is equal to NCV delta T, which is nothing but NCV T2 minus T1 and CV nothing but capital R by gamma minus 1. Okay. Now here, if the temperature is not given, in terms of pressure is given. So instead of temperature, that means PV is equal to nRT. Okay, here temperature will be equal to PV by what? NR. PV by what? NR. Okay. Now here P2 V2 by NR, because pressure changes, volume changes as the temperature changes. N is constant, R is constant. And here instead of T1, I am writing P1 V1 by NR. If you take the LCM NR and cancel the NR in the numerator, so finally W will be equal to P2 V2 minus P1 V1 whole divided by gamma minus 1. And one more important thing, if the final temperature increases, then work done on the system is positive. That will be called compression. If the final temperature decreases than the initial temperature, that means the work done by the system, that is called negative work, and it is called expansion. Generally, if you see, if a system is expanding, so when the system is expanding by the cost of its internal energy only, due to which during the expansion, whatever the internal energy decreases, we know internal energy is a function of temperature, that's why the final temperature is also decreases. Whereas in the compression, work done on the system, internal energy of a system increases, thereby final temperature also increases. This is very, very, very important. When the system undergoing expansion, it is due to consumption of its internal energy, that's why internal energy decreases, thereby temperature decreases. If the system undergoing expansion, that means work done on the system, due to which the internal energy of the system increases, thereby the final temperature also increases. Okay, number 1. Number 2, if the final temperature is not known, it cannot be calculated with the help of PV is equal to nRT or P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. That means here all the 3 state variables, that means pressure, volume, temperature, all are variable. Okay. Now, in that case, how to calculate the final temperature in the adiabatic reversible process? In adiabatic reversible process, this is a very important. Okay. Most of the questions, if you see, 90 to 95% questions, most of the questions, 90 to 95% questions, in the question, final temperature is not given, so we have to find out the final temperature. In very few questions, that means only 5 to 10% of questions only the final temperature is given. Once the final temperature is given, it is very easy to calculate the work done. Let's suppose final temperature is not given, then how to find the final temperature? Okay, we know from first law of thermodynamics, that means del U is equal to Q plus W. This is the first law of thermodynamics, and du will be equal to dq plus dw. This is called differential form of the FLOT. Differential form of what? FLOT. That is the first law of thermodynamics. Okay. Now, according to the adiabatic process, the heat exchange will be what? 0. So here put the del U value 0. So du equal to dw. dw nothing but pdv. Okay. Here the pressure I am taking internal pressure because it is a reversible process. Reversible process P external almost equal to what? P internal. So internal pressure nothing but the pressure of ideal gas. Okay. What is the ideal gas equation? PV is equal to nRT. From here, what is the pressure of ideal gas? That will be equal to nRT by P. Here the pressure of ideal gas nothing but internal pressure. Now internal pressure nRT by V. Now substitute here. So NCV dt equal to minus nRT V by dV. Okay. Now what I am doing? I am bringing the temperature towards the denominator. Okay. And integrating on both sides. Here the limits T1 to T2, here the limits V1 to V2. Okay. Now here the CV is a heat capacity at constant volume, that is a constant, so which is temperature independent. That's why it is writing outside the integration. And here minus R, that is the gas constant here, that is also constant. It is written outside of the integration. Okay. Now do you know integral dx by x will be equal to ln x or logarithm x to the base e. Ln x nothing but logarithm x to the base e. Okay. Now integral dt by t nothing but ln t upper limit t2 lower limit t1. That's why ln t2 by t1 I am writing here. Here ln v upper limit v2 lower limit v1. So v2 by v1 I am writing here. Now remember the numerator denominator if I interchanging, so you will get a negative sign. So already there is a negative sign outside. So minus into minus you will get what? Plus. So here there is a one formula, log of a by b will be equal to minus log of b by a. Are you getting my point? That means minus log of b by a shall write log of a by b, that means v1 by v2. Are you getting my point? Now one more important formula, log x to the power n will be equal to n log x. Yes. Now what I am doing here, I am taking the r upon cv whole r upon cv into the power of the ln v1 by v2, because ln x to the power n will be log x to the power of n will be equal to n log x. After that what I am doing, I am cancelling the logarithm on both sides. So ln gets cancelled out. Are you getting my point? Now you will have t2 by t1 will be equal to v1 by v2 to the power capital R by cv. Do you know cv is equal to capital R by gamma minus 1? And capital R by CV will be equal to what? Gamma minus 1. So instead of R by CV, shall it gamma minus 1? Yes. So T2 by T1 will be equal to V1 by V2 into gamma minus 1. Now by cross multiplication, shall I write T1 into V1 to the power gamma minus 1 equal to T2 into V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Okay. So overall, shall I write TV to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. This is a very important relation between temperature and volume in in adiabatic reversible process. In which process? Adiabatic reversible process. Adiabatic reversible process. What is the relation between temperature and volume? T into V to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. This is one of the important relation we have to remember. Are you getting my point? Now next one, suppose from the help of equation of state P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. Instead of T2 by T1, shall write P2 V2 by P1 V1. Okay. So instead of T2 V2, T2 by T1, shall write P2 V2 upon P1 V1. Yes. So P2 V2 upon P1 V1 will be equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Again, if you cross multiply, then what we will get? P1 V1 into V1 to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to P2 V2 into V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Here if you see, so here V1, so bets are equal, powers must be added. So V1 to the power 1, V1 to the power gamma minus 1. So overall you will get V1 to the power gamma, and in the right hand side also you will get V2 to the power gamma. So from here shall I write the PV to the power gamma constant? Yes. So this is also very important relation regarding adiabatic reversible process. What is the PV relation in adiabatic reversible process? PV to the power gamma is equal to constant. This relation we have to remember. Okay. And next one more relation I have to derive between the pressure and temperature. Okay. Now we know from ideal gas equation that is PV is equal to nRT. Okay. Now here volume will be equal to, shall write nRT by P? Yes. Now instead of PV to the power gamma is equal to constant, instead of volume, shall write nRT by P? Yes. Now here you see number of moles constant, R is also constant. So bring the constant towards denominator, again you will get another constant. So that's why I am writing only constant. Now P to the power 1 in the numerator, in the denominator P to the power gamma. Okay. And T to the power gamma. So after simplification you will get what? P to the power 1 minus gamma into T to the power gamma. That will be equal to constant. So that means P1 to the power 1 minus gamma into T1 to the power gamma will be equal to P2 to the power 1 minus gamma into T to the power gamma. This relation is only valid for adiabatic reversible process. So there are total 3 relations we have. What is the first relation? PV to the power gamma is equal to constant. What is the second relation? T V to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. And what is the third relation? P to the power 1 minus gamma into T to the power gamma will be equal to what? Constant. Where gamma is a Poisson ratio, that will be Cp by Cv, and we know gamma value greater than 1. Okay. This relationship is only applicable. Remember, this relation, the three relations between P and V, P and T, V and T, only valid for adiabatic reversible process. Be careful. So these three relations we should not use in adiabatic irreversible process. These three relations we should not use in adiabatic irreversible process, because most of the students they do mistake regarding these three equations. They use these three equations in adiabatic irreversible process, where we should not use these three relations in adiabatic irreversible process. Only we have to use these three relations where? In adiabatic reversible process. Now you see the graph of adiabatic PV graph. Do you know P into V constant? Do you know gamma greater than 1? Yes. That means PV to the power gamma constant, that means pressure and volume inversely proportional to each other. Yes. So there is a rectangular hyperbola similar to isotherm. Okay. So A to B, if you see what happens here, volume increases, so pressure what happens? Decreases. Pressure, volume, how they are related with each other? From this equation number 1, let's suppose this will be the equation number 1. This will be equation number 2, and this will be equation number 3. Equation number 1 corresponding to graph 1 relation. Okay. What is the relation between pressure and volume? Inversely proportional. Okay. Next to, from the equation 2, what is the relation here? T V to the power gamma minus 1. Do you know gamma greater than 1? That means gamma minus 1 will be positive. Again, temperature and volume are inversely proportional. Temperature and volume are inversely proportional. If the temperature increases, volume decreases. Otherwise, if the temperature decreases, volume increases, vice versa. Are you getting my point? Now here you see in this graph, I am moving from A to B. A to B, what happens? A to B, what happens? Volume decreases. Volume decreases means temperature has to increase. Are you getting my point? Now, this is corresponding to equation number 2, graph number 2. Okay. Come to equation number 3, graph number 3. In equation 3, if you carefully observe, what is the equation 3 here? P to the power 1 minus gamma into T to the power gamma. Gamma value, what happens? Greater than 1. That means 1 minus gamma will be less than 1. That means we will get the negative value. Bring the P to the power 1 minus gamma, that is negative, to the right side. So you will get temperature directly proportional to pressure. Yes. The third graph corresponding to directly proportional to temperature and pressure. Pressure, temperature, what happens? Directly proportional. So if you draw a graph between A to B, temperature increases, pressure is also increases. Remember, what is the relation between pressure and volume? PV to the power gamma constant. That means pressure, volume inversely proportional. What is the relation between temperature and volume? T V to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. That means temperature, volume inversely proportional. And what is the relation between pressure and temperature? P to the power 1 minus gamma into T to the power gamma is equal to constant. That means pressure, temperature directly proportional. So these three relations are exclusively valid for adiabatic reversible process. Adiabatic reversible process. Okay. Now, how to calculate the work done in a irreversible process? How to calculate work done in a irreversible process? Okay. Now, del U is equal to del Q plus del W. Du equal to dq plus dw. This is the differential form of first law of thermodynamics, that is FLOT. So dq will be 0, du will be equal to dw. Okay, du will be equal to ncv delta d dt, or pw equal to minus pdv. Okay. Now do you know in a irreversible process P external is a constant, whereas P internal is variable. P internal will be variable in irreversible process. Whereas in reversible process, P internal is almost equal to P external. P external is not constant, but here P external is constant. Okay. So after integration, you will get the final expression NCV delta dt equal to minus P external into V2 minus V1. Now what is the CV value? Capital R by gamma minus 1. Okay. P external minus P external into V2 minus V1. This formula is valid when volume is given. In the question, initial volume given, final volume is given, then this formula is valid. Are you getting my point? Now, if the volume is not given, Pressure is given. So write the volume in terms of pressure. So instead of volume, select nRT by P, nRT by P. So P2, T2, because temperature changes, pressure is also changes. Because in adiabatic process, pressure, volume, temperature, all these state variables are changes. Okay, are you getting my point? Now here if you take the nR common, so here cancel out the nR on the left side and right side. So T2 minus T1 will be equal to gamma minus T2 minus T1 by gamma minus 1 will be equal to minus P external into T2 by P2 minus T1 by P1. So this relation is regarding the irreversible process. Irreversible process, this relation we have to remember. Are you getting my point? Now, there are some numericals regarding the adiabatic process. What is the first problem? That is the question number 60. What is the final temperature of 0.1 moles of a monoatomic ideal gas that performs 75 calories of work adiabatically? How much of work done by the system? 75 calories. Do you know the work done by the system is called negative work? So W is equal to select minus 75 calories. What is the initial temperature is given? 227 degrees. So T1 will be equal to 227 plus 273. That will be equal to 500 Kelvin. Now I have to find the final temperature T2. And what is the other information given? Number of moles of ideal gas 0.1 moles. And what is the ideal gas? Monoatomic. Do you know the Poisson ratio gamma for monoatomic ideal gas? That is called 5 by 3. Okay. Now what is the work done formula? Del U is equal to del U equal to W, which is equal to NCV delta T, nothing but T2 minus T1. Okay. Again shall I write N, what is the CV? Capital R by gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Okay. Now the work done is given minus 75 calories. Will be number of moles will be number of moles will be 0.1. Number of moles of ideal gas is given how much? 0.1 into R value calories 2 divided by gamma minus 1, nothing but 5 by 3 minus 1 into what is the final temperature to be calculated? What is the initial temperature? 500 Kelvin. The initial temperature will be how much? 500 Kelvin. Okay. From this expression, if you simplify the final temperature, you will get 250 Kelvin. Remember the question. In this question, work done by the system. Work done by the system means what? Expansion. When the system, that is the ideal gas, undergo expansion in a adiabatic process, that means it is expanding only due to its internal energy. By the utilization of internal energy, that means internal energy decreases. That means temperature must be decreased. Final temperature T2 should always less than the T1. Yes or no? That means the final temperature should be always less than the initial temperature, that is the 500 Kelvin. So there are 4 options. Out of 4, one option will be 750. That means it is greater than 500 Kelvin. So it is neglected. Out of the, it is ignored. And remaining 3 options, 250 Kelvin, 300 Kelvin, 350 Kelvin, they are less than the 250 Kelvin. Or 250 Kelvin. They are less than the 500 Kelvin. So out of the ABC option, you have to select the correct option. But here the exact option will be the first option. That will be the 250 Kelvin. Okay. Now, what will be the question number 61? During the adiabatic process, the pressure of a gas is found to be proportional to the cube of its absolute temperature. What is the meaning of this one? Pressure of a gas is directly proportional to the cube of the absolute temperature. Okay. Now from here, shall I write P upon T cube is equal to constant? Yes, P by T cube is equal to constant. From here, I am writing P into T to the power minus 3 will be equal to constant. Okay. Now here we know the relation of adiabatic reversible processes. PV to the power gamma is equal to constant. TV to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. And P to the power 1 minus gamma and T to the power gamma will be equal to constant. So these 3 relations we have to remember regarding the adiabatic reversible process. Now what I am trying to do, I am trying to convert the PT relation into PV relation. Okay. How? Temperature will be equal to, ideal gas temperature will be equal to PV by RT. I am taking 1 mole of a ideal gas. just wait. I am taking the 1 mole of ideal gas. So PV by R, since N is equal to, I am taking how many moles of ideal gas? 1 mole of ideal gas. Now P into, instead of T, shall I write PV by R whole to the power minus 3 will be equal to what? Constant. Now from here I am writing P to the power minus 2 into V to the power minus 3. Here R is constant. So bring the R value to the right side. Again you will get a new constant. You will get a new constant. Okay. Now what I am doing here, I am raising the power minus 1 by 2 on both sides. P to the power minus 2 into V to the power minus 3. I am raising the power minus 1 by 2 on the left hand side. So constant will be present on the right side. Why I am raising the power minus 1 by 2? Because if I have the PV to the power gamma where P to the power 1, so that I can compare the power of the volume. So here you will get P to the power 1 and V to the power what? 3 by 2. That will be constant. Actual formula PV to the power gamma will be equal to constant. PV to the power gamma is equal to constant. From these two expressions, if I compare, shall I write the gamma, that is the Poisson ratio. Poisson ratio 3 by 2. In this question, what is asking? CP, heat capacity at constant pressure. M stands for molar. Molar heat capacity at constant pressure to that of a constant volume, nothing but the Poisson ratio. Nothing but what? Poisson ratio. Indirectly the question is find the Poisson ratio. The answer will be first option. Answer will be what? First option. Are you getting my point? Now here, question number 62. A gas expands adiabatically at a constant pressure such that its absolute temperature is inversely proportional to square root of its volume. Then find the ratio of, again you see the ratio between the molar heat capacity at constant pressure divided by molar heat capacity at constant volume is called Poisson's ratio. Now I have to find the gamma, that is the Poisson ratio. Now from given, what is the given condition? The given condition will be absolute temperature is inversely proportional to square root of volume. Absolute temperature T is inversely proportional to square root of volume. Okay. So this is the given condition. From here T directly proportional to, shall I write V to the power minus 1 by 2. Shall I write like this? Yes. From here I am writing T divided by V to the power minus 1 by 2 will be equal to constant. Yes. So T into V to the power 1 by 2 will be equal to constant. Yes. Now what is the relation between T and V in adiabatic reversible process? T and V adiabatic reversible process, TV to the power gamma minus 1. So I am comparing with TV to the power gamma minus 1 will be equal to constant. So if you compare the powers of the volume, you will get the 1 by 2 will be equal to gamma minus 1. From here gamma will be equal to how much? 3 by 2. Gamma will be equal to how much? 3 by 2. That will be 1.5. That will be the option number B. B option. Okay. Now there is one more question, that is the calculate the final temperature of a monoatomic ideal gas. Monoatomic ideal gas, that means gamma value given as a 5/3 monoatomic, atomicity 1. It is compressed reversibly adiabatically from 16 liters to 2 liters at 300 Kelvin. What is the initial volume given? 16 liters. Final volume is given 2 liters. Initial temperature is given 300 Kelvin. Find the final temperature. Just now I told you relation between the temperature volume in adiabatic reversible process, that will be equal to TV to the power gamma minus 1 will be equal to constant. Okay. So this is a very important relation we have to remember. From here shall write T1 V1 to the power gamma minus 1 equal to T2 V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Okay. From here I am writing T2 upon T1 will be equal to V1 upon V2 whole to the power gamma minus 1. Okay. Now from here T2 will be equal to, I am writing T1 into V1 upon V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Okay. Now one more important thing. Here compression. Compression means work done on the system. that means internal energy increases, thereby final temperature is also increases. Okay, now T2 will be equal to, what is the initial temperature? 300 into initial volume, that will be 16 liters, and final volume 2 liters, whole to the power gamma minus 1, gamma value 5 by 3 minus 1 here. So overall you will get 300 into 16 by 2, that will be nothing but 8. Shall I write 8 will be 2 to the power 3. 5 by 3 minus 1, nothing but 2 by 3. So 3 will be gets cancelled. So 300 multiplied by 2 square, that will be 4. That will be equal to 1200 Kelvin. What is the final temperature? 1200 Kelvin. Remember, final temperature increases or not? Yes. Why the final temperature is increases? Because W positive, internal energy increases, final temperature also increases. Are you getting my point? So this statement is very, very important. That means option C is the correct one. Okay. Now here important points regarding the reversible and irreversible work done. Suppose in the question adiabatic reversible process is there, then we have to use these three formula. What are the relations between PV? That is the PV to the power gamma constant. What is the relation between temperature and volume? TV to the power gamma minus 1 is constant. What is the relation between pressure and temperature? P to the power 1 minus gamma, T to the power gamma is equal to constant. After getting the final temperature from these three expressions, any these three expressions, then we can find the work done W, that will be NCV delta T. Okay. Now in adiabatic irreversible process, we should not use these three expressions. That is only valid for whom? Adiabatic reversible process. In adiabatic irreversible process, W is equal to again NCV delta T, that will be NCV delta T, which is nothing but P external into V2 minus V1. Okay. If the volume is given. If the volume not given, pressure is given, then we have to use minus P external into T2 upon P2 minus T1 upon P1. So these are the two relations which we have to use. Okay. Now from these two relations we have to first of all find the final temperature, because in most of the questions final temperature will be unknown. In most of the questions final temperature is what? Unknown. So first of all we have to find the final temperature. Then after that work done will be equal to del U will be equal to NCV del T. With the help of this expression we can find the work done. Are you getting my point? Now the question number 64. In the question number 64, 1 mole of a non-linear triatomic ideal gas. 1 mole of a non-linear triatomic ideal gas means what will be the gamma value? 4 upon 3. Is adiabatically expanded. Expansion is takes place from 16 atmosphere. Initial pressure will be 16 atm and the temperature will be given as a 300 Kelvin. And what will be the final pressure is given? 1 atm. Is it final temperature is given? Not given. T2 will be question mark. Then calculate Q, W, del U, del H. If the process carried out reversibly and if the process is carried out irreversibly, that means we have to calculate reversible process work done, irreversible process work done. Are you getting my point? Now what I am doing to calculate here, first of all in the question number 64, first case I am taking, that is a case number 1. Case number 1, it is a which process? Isothermal reversible process. Adiabatic reversible process. The question is adiabatic. Okay. Adiabatic reversible process. Now in adiabatic reversible process, we have three relations. What are the three relations? Again I am writing PV to the power gamma will be equal to constant. T V to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. P to the power 1 minus gamma and T to the power gamma will be equal to constant. Okay. Now here we know P1, P2, we know T1, but we don't know T2. So PT relation is this one. Third relation is the relation between pressure and temperature. Okay. Okay. First of all, what I am writing Q. What is the Q value in adiabatic process? 0. When the Q value is 0, then we have to calculate the next value, del U equal to Q plus W. From the first law of thermodynamics, Q 0. From the first law of thermodynamics, del U is equal to Q plus W, where Q value is 0. So shall I write del U will be equal to W. This is the work done. What is the del U value to calculate? That is nothing but NCV delta T, nothing but N capital R by gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Now do you know final temperature T2? No. So first of all, what we have to find? We have to find what? Final temperature. Once we know the final temperature, we can find the del U, nothing but work done. After getting the del U, we can find the del H times of del U. Yes. Now the relation what I am using, P to the power 1 minus gamma, T to the power gamma equal to constant. Why I am using this relation? Because in the question pressure temperature is given. Okay. Shall I write here P1 to the power 1 minus gamma, T1 to the power gamma equal to P2 to the power 1 minus gamma, T2 to the power gamma. Okay. From here I am writing T2 upon T1 to the power gamma equal to P1 upon P2 to the power 1 minus gamma. Are you getting my point? Now here you see T2 upon T1 to the power gamma. What I am doing? I am raising the 1 by gamma power on both sides. So left side gamma will be gets cancelled. On the right side P1 by P2 whole to the power 1 minus gamma divided by gamma. Because I am raising the 1 by gamma power on both sides. Are you getting my point? From here, shall I write T2 equal to T1 times into P1 upon P2 whole to the power 1 minus gamma upon gamma. Okay. From here, T2 will be equal to what will be the T1? I am writing as it is T1 into P1 upon P2. What will be the gamma? Gamma value here I am writing 4 by 3. Okay. 1 minus of 4 by 3 whole divided by 4 by 3. So T1 times of P1 upon P2 whole to the power minus 1 by 4. Okay. From here T2 will be equal to T1 into, shall I write P1 by P2? Instead of P1 by P2, I am writing P2 upon P1. And the power will be 1 by 4, not minus 1 by 4. If I am interchanging the numerator denominator, okay, the minus will become plus. Now here the T2 value equal to, what is the T1? 300 Kelvin. P2 will be 1 atm. Yes. P1 will be 16 atm. That means 1 upon 16 whole to the power 1 upon 4. So final temperature T2 will be equal to 300 into 1 by 2 to the power 1 by 2 to the power 4 whole to the power 1 by 4. So 300 upon 2. That means 150 Kelvin. Do you know in adiabatic reversible process, that means here gas expand. When the gas expands, final temperature what happens? Decreases. You see, initial temperature is given 300 Kelvin. But whereas the final temperature is 150 Kelvin. Okay. Now, what will be the work done here? Work done in a adiabatic reversible process will be equal to del U, which is equal to NR upon gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Number of moles here 1. R value as it is I am writing. Gamma value will be 4 by 3. So gamma minus 1, 4 by 3 minus 1. Final temperature will be 150. Initial temperature will be 300. Okay. From here, the work done in a adiabatic reversible process will be minus 450 capital R. R value we know calories, 2 calories, and joules we know 8.314 joules. Are you getting my point? If you take the R value as a calorie, you will get minus 900 calories. Since R value equal to 2 calories. Okay. If you take the R value in terms of joule, you will get minus 3750 joule, because if you take the R value, that is nothing but 25 by 3 approximately joule per mole per Kelvin. Okay. After getting the del U, what is the del H? Del H nothing but gamma times of del U. Del H nothing but what? Gamma times of del U. Okay. Now here gamma value nothing but 4 by 3 into del U value minus 450 R. So finally you will get minus 600 R. Are you getting my point? So this is completely regarding the adiabatic reversible process. Adiabatic reversible process. But in the question, there is a second part is there. Adiabatic irreversible process, we have to calculate the work done del U, Q and W. Okay. Now in irreversible process, I already explained you what is the relation we have to take. T2 minus T1 upon gamma minus 1 equal to minus P external into T2 upon P2 minus T1 upon P1. Already I told you here, this relation we have to use here. This is the relation we have to use, because in the question pressure is given. So pressure is given, then we have to use this formula. If the volume is given, then we can use this formula. Are you getting my point? Now come to work done in isothermal adiabatic irreversible process. Okay. Now what is the T2 here? That is to be calculated. As it is I am writing here T2, as it is I am writing T2. What is the T1? 300 Kelvin whole divided by gamma, that is nothing but 4 by 3. Gamma minus 1, that is 4 by 3 minus 1. What will be the P external? Remember, whenever in a irreversible process, if the final pressure is given and P external is not given, so we have to assume P final nothing but P external. P final will be nothing but what? P external. This is very, very important. Okay. In irreversible adiabatic process, not only adiabatic, even isothermal also, if the final pressure is not given, that will be P external. Are you getting my point? Now minus P external, that will be equal to 1 atmosphere. T2 value to be calculated. The P2 value will be final pressure, that is the P external, that is 180 m, minus T1 will be given 300 and P1 will be given 1680 m. Okay. From here, if you simplify, you can get that final temperature, that will be T2 nothing but 230 Kelvin. 230 Kelvin. This is the final temperature in adiabatic irreversible process. Okay. Now you see, I am writing one important note here. What is the note here? The final temperature in adiabatic irreversible process will be always greater than the final temperature in adiabatic reversible process, even though the process will be either expansion or compression, irrespective of the expansion compression. This statement is very, very important. Even expansion occurs or compression occurs in adiabatic process, the final temperature will be more in irreversible process than the reversible process. This is also proved with the numerical. Okay. Now what will be the work done? W adiabatic irreversible process will be equal to del U nothing but NCV del T. So nothing but N capital R upon gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Okay. Now you see, N is constant, that is 1 mole, R value as it is I am writing, the gamma value, that is 4 by 3 minus 1 is there, gamma minus 1 into here the final temperature, that is main important, the final temperature that will be 230 and initial temperature will be minus 300. With the help of this, if you calculate the work done, that will be equal to minus 210 R. This is the work done in adiabatic irreversible process. And one more important conclusion we can draw. If you take the modulus, if you take the magnitude value of work done in adiabatic irreversible process, that will be plus 210 R. Whereas in adiabatic reversible process, if you see, that will be equal to, if you take the modulus of work done in adiabatic reversible process, that will be equal to 450 R. So from here, shall I conclude one important note? What is the important note I am writing here? The work done in adiabatic reversible process is greater than work done adiabatic irreversible process. Condition apply for expansion. This is very important. Even if you see in the isothermal process also, same statement I written. The same statement. What is the same statement? work done in isothermal reversible expansion is greater than work done in isothermal irreversible expansion. Similarly, work done in adiabatic reversible process will be more than work done in adiabatic irreversible process. Condition is what? Expansion. Condition is what? Expansion. This is one of important note. After getting the W, that is nothing but del U. How to find the del H? Del H is equal to gamma times of del U. Yes, gamma times of del U. Now here you see what is the gamma value? 4 by 3. Okay, what is the del U value? Minus 210 capital R. So you will get minus 280 capital R. Are you getting my point? Now, this is the question number 64. Once again, what are the conclusions we drawn from the question number 64? From the question number 64, the first conclusion what we drawn here, the final temperature, remember, the first process is reversible and second one is case 1, case 2. Okay, case 1, that is the adiabatic reversible process. What is the adiabatic reversible process final temperature? That will be 150 Kelvin. Okay, whereas in adiabatic irreversible process, what is the final temperature? That will be 230 Kelvin. So which temperature is very high? In adiabatic irreversible process, the final temperature is very high. This is one important note. And the second, one more important note, the work done. What is the work done in adiabatic reversible process? What is the work done in adiabatic reversible process? That will be equal to 450 R. That is equal to what? 450 R. For comparison, I am writing the value also. And what is the work done in adiabatic irreversible process? That will be 210 R. Remember, I am comparing only the magnitude. Don't consider the sign. Don't consider the sign. Okay. Now, here the one important note, just now I repeated here. What is the final? What is the important note? The final temperature in adiabatic irreversible process is always greater than the adiabatic reversible process. Whether the process is expansion, whether the process expansion adiabatic or whether the process is compression adiabatic. Are you getting my point? Now, the same 64th question. Now what I am doing? I am taking initial pressure P1 1 atm and final pressure 16 atm. That means this is compression. That is exactly opposite to the question number 64. In the question number 64, I am taking the expansion, whereas in question number 65, I am taking the compression. Okay. Again, there are two cases we have to discuss here: reversible process, and next one will be irreversible process. Okay. Let's suppose the first case, what I am doing here, reversible process, adiabatic reversible process in the compression. How many number of moles of ideal gas is given? 1 mole. Gamma value 4/3. What is the initial pressure? 1 atm. In the previous question 16 atm, but here 1 atm. And final pressure will be 16 atm. Okay. And initial temperature will be 300 Kelvin. Do you know the final temperature? No. So we have to find the final temperature. Now here the relation between pressure and temperature, P to the power 1 minus gamma, T to the power gamma will equal to constant. Will equal to what? Constant. Okay. So from here, shall I write T2 upon T1 to the power gamma will be equal to P1 upon P2 to the power 1 minus gamma. Okay. So finally what I am writing, T2 will be equal to T1 into P1 upon P2 to the power 1 minus gamma upon gamma. So in the last question, that is the question number 64, how we can find the final temperature? It is also similar. It is also similar. Okay. So T2 will be equal to 300 T1 into initial pressure 1, final pressure will be 16 atm, and here you will have minus 1/4 power. So finally T2 will be equal to 300 into, shall I write 2 to the power minus 4 whole to the power minus 1/4. So 300 into 2, that will be 600 Kelvin. 600 Kelvin. Okay. Now what we have to calculate? Q. What is the Q value for adiabatic process? 0. And the second question, what we have to calculate? Del U. Del U nothing but what? W. Nothing but what? NCV delta T. Nothing but what? N into capital R upon gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. After getting the final temperature, we can find the del U or work done. So del U or work done, that will be equal to number of moles 1, Kepler value as it is I am writing. Now here final temperature will be 600 Kelvin, initial temperature will be 300 Kelvin, whole divided by gamma minus 1, that means 4 by 3 minus 1. So overall you will get 900 R. 900 R, that is the work done. What is the work done in adiabatic reversible process? In the compression, that will be 900 R. This is corresponding to which process? Compression. Do you know in compression work done on the system? That's why you are getting the positive sign here, because T2 greater than T1. That's why you are getting the positive work done here. Okay. Now what will be the next to del H? Del H nothing but gamma times of del U. Gamma times of del U. So gamma value 4 by 3 into 900 R. That will be 1200 R. 1200 R. You take the R value in calories or kilocalories according to the given option. Okay. Now the case 2, that is to be calculated adiabatic irreversible process. Okay. Now again what is the formula? T2 minus T1 whole divided by gamma minus 1 equal to minus P external. Same formula in the previous question. Which formula I have used? Same formula here also. Okay. Minus P external into T2 by P2 minus T1 by P1. Okay. Now T2 value to be calculated 300 Kelvin, T1 value gamma minus 1, that will be 4 by 3 minus 1. P external, now here final pressure is the P external. What is the final pressure? P2. P2 indirectly we can use P external. P2 we can also use as a P external. So T2 to be calculated divided by 16. T1 will be 300 and P1 will be 180 M. Are you getting my point? With the help of this, I am finding the temperature, final temperature, that will be 1425 Kelvin. You see here 1425 Kelvin. This final temperature is greater than the isothermal reversible process. Adiabatic reversible process. Adiabatic reversible process. That means the final temperature in adiabatic irreversible process is always greater than the adiabatic reversible process. Again I am repeating the same note here. What is the note here I am writing? The final temperature in adiabatic irreversible process is always greater than the final temperature in adiabatic reversible process. Yes or no? The process, even it may be expansion or compression, no matter occurs. Are you getting my point? What is the initial temperature is given? 300 Kelvin. Now what is the final temperature we get here? 1425 Kelvin. Okay. This statement is very important. Now what is the work done? Q value 0. Yes. And what about the del U? Nothing but W, nothing but NCV delta T. So del U equal to, shall write N into capital R by gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Okay. What is the N value? 1, R value as it is. Final temperature will be 1425. Initial temperature will be 300 whole divided by gamma minus 1, that equal to 4 by 3 minus 1. After simplification you will get the delta U 3375 R. 3375 R. And this is nothing but the work done. Now you can compare the work done in the compression also. Now here I am making one important note. The note is regarding whom? Compression. For which process I am comparing? Compression process. And what is the work done in adiabatic irreversible process? The magnitude of work done in adiabatic irreversible process is always greater than work done in adiabatic reversible process regarding the compression. Regarding what? Compression. In expansion, reversible process work done will be more as irreversible process, but whereas in compression, irreversible work done will be more than the reversible, because in the irreversible compression of adiabatic process, what will be the work done? 3375 R. And what is the work done in the reversible process here? What is the work done in the reversible process here? That will be nothing but 900 R. So obviously work done in adiabatic irreversible compression is more. Are you getting my point? This is also one important conclusion. And the next one more we have to calculate del H. Del H nothing but gamma times of del U. Yes, what is the gamma value? 4 by 3. and del U nothing but the W nothing but the 3375 capital R. So 4500 R. 4500 R. Are you getting my point?